Hi everyone, and thank you for joining me for the last video in this series from the Colouring Heaven Halloween special, doing the Halloween Tinies by Agotapop. The haunted house is the last image, and we can come in a bit closer. I will move it down a bit in a minute. Oh. There we go. Right, I am just going to make a start on the trees because I know what I'm doing with those. So I'm going to grab the walnut brown and just start. This is a Polychromos pencils, by the way. I haven't completely decided what I'm doing for each part of the image, so I thought I would just start the trees. My first decision is these windows. I don't want to make them just glass and grey and see-through type thing. I'm just going to sharpen this pencil. We could have lights on in the house, but I think it's more scary if the lights are off and it's black inside. So I think I might do that, but then we won't see, well, I suppose we will see the details. Maybe not on that one, but I'm thinking black just might. I mean, we could have spooky light coming out like the ghost colour, but they're quite small. That could be a little bit tricky, so maybe be easier to just do them black as well. Now, I never know what colour to colour houses. Here in the UK, I guess these are brick and render, so we can see it here. We've got bricks and the renders coming off, so that helps a bit actually. The brick colours I can do, and then yeah, so that helps me quite a bit. It's night time, we can see the full moon there, so there's that to think about. Quite a lot. There'll be quite a lot of the same. I think all the walls might be the same colour. Don't have to be though. So yeah, interesting. I don't know if this is going to be a long or a short one either, really, yet. I like the little bat against the moon. Very cool. Okay, so there's our, oh no, I just sat back. It's easy to get very involved in the detail and then not notice the rest, so I sat back then and noticed these little ones here that I had forgotten. So there we go. Now we can move on. Oops, just need to put a pen away. So I think black in the windows inside, so it's dark. I think it's more spooky, isn't it? So let's do that. I don't sure how dark to go, because look, if I keep it light like that, you can still see the cross on the window, the bars, so I think that's a bit better. I don't think there's any need to burnish it down really dark. But if I feel that it needs it later, then I can. If you want to, you can do some dark, some with a light on, you know, but it's an abandoned house really, I think, you know, with the boards across the windows and stuff, so I think it would be dark. I'm going to sharpen this. It's quite little details. I'm thinking though I might do the bat really dark, like it's a silhouette, rather than highlighting those details in it. I'm not sure yet. Is this the Rocky Horror Show house that they stop at? Such a strange musical. I don't know if I've seen the whole film. I've seen the musical in on the stage, and I think it was Nicholas Parson was playing the, what's his name, Frankenfurter, is that his name? else was in it. But it was fun. And the biggest memory I have is I was wearing we dressed up, and the top I had was quite low cut, not obscenely low cut, but it came open a little bit at the front. And when all the people on the balcony threw rice, it all went down my top. It was lovely. But anyway, if you've ever been, you'll know what I mean. I'm going to use the cinnamon next. I'm just trying to find it. Here we go. I want the cinnamon to be my brick mortar colour, so I'm going to use it on all these sections, just on top of everything. It's too difficult to try and colour around those bricks. And then we'll colour the bricks in a minute. Yeah, I think, what was I wearing? Oh, I was wearing a French maid's outfit, that's right. With some stockings. But I don't know where. I think I bought that from a sort of party shop. My husband did really well. He got a bold skull cap and put that on with a few bits of white hair at the side, and put a big pillow in the jacket, and did the whole, I don't know what the character's called, but he also wore stockings. I don't think he wore a skirt though. I don't know. Anyway, it was a bit of fun. We had some fun. Now bricks. I'm just looking at my colours. I think I'm going to go for the Venetian red for my bricks. Now quite often with bricks I would do quite a lot of detail in each brick, but these are so little. I think I'm just going to colour over them like that. Yeah, it was a very interesting experience where, you know, the audience participation. Now, I've never been to a theatrical performance where the audience gets up and sings and dances. Actually, that's a lie. I went to a children's production. Like, it wasn't a children's production, but all the schools were there because it was that sort of time, and watched The Taming of the Shrew. And at the end, they encouraged all the kids to get down on the stage and dance with the cast. I wasn't particularly keen on doing that, so I didn't. But Toya Wilcox, who's now actually in Strictly Come Dancing, which is the programme I was talking about earlier, she was in it playing the shrew. This is raw umber. I'm going to use this for these wooden panels. And yeah, she was, and the guy who played her husband was in EastEnders at the time. I don't know his name. He wasn't a long running part, you know, and so there were quite famous people in it that you could have danced with, but I just didn't want to dance on the stage. But the Strictly Come Dancing is Dancing with the Stars. They have a tour, and my husband's always going, "Do you want to go?" I was like, I don't think I do. This is burnt umber. I'm going to use it to put some lines on our wood to make it look a bit old and cracked, like down the door. Because in the tour you get up and you dance in front of your chair. You don't like go up on stage or anything. And everyone gets really excited and shouty and stuff. I've seen little clips of it, and I'm thinking, I don't know if I'm quite up for that anymore. I'm a bit old to be doing that. I don't know, but we'll see. Now we are on to our render. Oh, we've got a bit here, look. Maybe I'll just do that in the cinnamon. There, look. Or is it just a crack? It doesn't matter. I'm going to do it like that, I think. I'm quite tempted to draw some bricks on there. That's what I'm going to do. My Venetian red. probably look better if they had a black outline like these do, but I'm not going to do that. I haven't got a black pen in here. It's a good excuse. I don't want to do it. Too scared. Right. Render. Now I'm thinking creamy colour maybe, but then that would be quite pale. It's not very scary, is it? I want a beige really, so what I am going to do is do a cream first and see what it looks like, and then if it needs darkening up a little bit I will put some raw umber or something on top of it. Yeah, it's quite bright, isn't it? Almost looks like a deco yellow. Maybe the ivory would have been a better choice, but never mind. We'll go over it with something and it'll work. There we go. Getting there. But also you can go along to the filming of the TV show. But I figured that again, oops, I'll go over the lines. I think you get a better view on TV, you know. I think if you're in the audience you don't see the same sorts of things. I mean, I guess you could go back and watch the TV show after and see what you missed type thing, but I don't know, it's just my tradition watching it is curled up on the sofa under a blanket in my slippers, my pyjamas, with a cup of tea. Can't do that in a studio. You have to dress up in your sequin dresses, of which I do not have, and you know, be out late, because they don't just film the live show, they film the results show, which is actually broadcast on a Sunday straight afterwards, so it goes on really late and you have to travel to the studio. I'm not sure where it is. I don't know if it's in London or if it's in Manchester. They're miles apart from each other, I know, but I know a lot of filming happens up north these days. They don't do it all in London anymore. I think partly because the property values are so much less up north, but also it's cheaper to do everything up north. So if you're hiring a hotel for your crew or staff, whatever, it's all going to be cheaper. Right, that's far too bright, so as I said it would be. I am going to grab this one. I'm going to try the nougat, and I'm going to put it over and I hope we can get a sort of, yeah, that's, I'm trying to work out what my husband's doing. I've got very distracted, sorry, but he's making banging noises in the kitchen. Looks a bit uneven because my cream colouring isn't very even, but it's a better colour. It looks a bit dirty, which is great because it's an old abandoned house, and it's not very even, which actually is probably works well because it would be old and abandoned and dirty, but I don't know if, I mean, and try and make it look a bit better than this. If I layer it up a little bit more. It's always very difficult colouring on top of a hard layer of a Polychromos or any hard pencil. Let's just shut the kitchen door. Don't know why. Maybe it's going to make a noise. He knows I'm recording. I'm listening now. I can't hear anything. Well, all I can hear is the tumble dryer. So I don't know. I can hear plates and things rattling. But he's having his lunch, so he would be using a plate. I don't know. I'm colouring in all sorts of directions, and normally I wouldn't necessarily do that, but I think it's making it look quite splodgy and dirty. But I think what we need to do is make it look a bit more deliberate, because at the moment it just looks like I've coloured it a bit messily. So I got an idea of how I can do that. once we finish this layer. Right, so I think we could have some areas of moss growing on the outside of the house. I'm not sure if I can pull that off. I'm going to give it a try. So I'm going to use the permanent green olive first. And just sort of do a few patches here and there. Like that. Not on every bit. And then grab my earth green yellowish and expand those patches a little bit. Just colour around them. There we go. And then I'm going to get some dirt, this colour, the burnt umber, and do some really exaggerated dirty bits. Now I also want to put in some shade, so I'm going to put in a bit of shadow under that roof and down there, because this building is going to be set back a bit, and then put a few sort of dirty patches on it. Same with this one, so this is going to be set back here like that, but we're going to put a few sort of splodgy, dirty, scruddy patches on it. Hopefully it will look like it's a dirty, scruddy house. Good words. Under there. Oh, under the roof line there. Along here. And then there. Okay, our window frames, I think they need to be quite dark. I am going to use the warm grey 6. Okay, and just give it a sharpen because they're very narrow. No. We have this little gable, I'm going to do that as well. And the cross. I'm going to do all the little bits on the roof here. And I'm trying to think of what colour to actually do the roof. I don't often do them just grey. I'm not sure about this one. I'm wondering whether I need to draw some cracks on the wall, a few more. I've got that one which I put the bricks in, but I'm wondering whether we should do some cracks in this render. Just make it look a bit more old and scruddy. I like that word. I don't know if I'm using it exactly right. I don't know if I've got the, maybe yeah, or would it just put a line like that coming down there. marks here and there. Now roof. I think I'm going to start with a light warm grey, the warm grey 3, and then decide. I might feel that that's okay. And I'm just going to do them all the same. Another train going by. Seems to be a lot today. I thought they ran a reduced timetable on a Sunday. Don't normally have to take a train on a Sunday, so I don't really know. This looks quite a dirty colour anyway because of it being this sort of browny grey. Maybe it needs to look a bit messier, but I'm not sure really. Maybe I'll do some sort of darker bits. Let's do this pipe, chimney even. I'm going to try the cold grey 3. I'm going to start by making it look metallic by giving it a bit of a shine in the middle, like that. But then we need to add some rust. I think the sanguine is quite a good rusty colour. Now, Helen Elliston has got a new book out, which may have come out by now, and I think she's got a tutorial for rust. It's black. I'm going to do that. And so she might have a better idea. I did follow a tutorial of hers for a tarnished ring, which came out quite well. But it didn't look tarnished, it just looked really nice. But I didn't use the same pencils as her exactly. Right, now, moon. Am I going to do it in a light blue and do a glitter over it, or just a plain glitter? I think I just quite fancy doing just a plain glitter on this one. So I'm just going to use the number 700 and stick some glitter on here. But my next decision will be what to do with the little magical dots. I've got to think about that. This feels like it's running out a little bit. I do have another 1, 2, maybe 3. Not that I like these. I've got a few. Someone bought me some. I think it's my parent bought me some. So that was nice. Yeah, it was very kind of them. Nice little gift. There we go. And so the stars, I'm just going to have a look through my pens and decide on these. So we've got all these colours, look. I'm wondering about the green because we've got the green in the house, but I don't think so. I might use the red actually. I think this is the red. The number 719. I'm just going to... It's quite pink, but I think it'll work. I missed a cross. Just noticed. And a roof. Right, let's do those. The roof was the warm grey 3. go, and the cross, was that the coal grey 3? Was it a darker? I think it was, oh, I don't, was it the warm grey 6? There we go. Now, what are we going to do with this rusty one? I'm just going to put a few shadow marks on it. There we go. I think I'm going to make that too. I think I can end up spoiling it if I try and do anything else. But there is our very scruffy abandoned house. I had so much fun with that. I'm hoping it does look scruffy and messy and not just badly coloured. I just, yeah, really enjoyed that. But thank you for watching. Thank you for watching the whole series if you watched it all. I really appreciate it. I hope it's been good. Oh, and happy Halloween. Hope you have a super day and happy colouring.